students, welcome to the current affairs weekly analysis. In this video we are going to cover current affairs from the 14th of August to 20th of August 2021. First we will start our current affairs session by covering the national news. In national news we are going to discuss about the Collegium system. So recently 9 judges name recommended to the Collegium system. So we'll discuss about that. So recently Supreme Court Collegium led by CJI, it has recommended to the government 9 names for appointment of Supreme Court judges. For better understanding of this, first you have to understand Supreme Court judges appointed by group of judges. Supreme Court judges are appointed by group of judges. This group of judges known as Collegium system. This group of judges known as Collegium system. In your examination point of view, the strength of Supreme Court Collegium is 5 members and strength of High Court Collegium is 3 members. This is the thing you have to remember. Okay, so this is the difference between the strength of the Supreme Court as well as strength of High Court. So what we can understand from here, we can understand that judges are appointed by judges. Government of India, they try to change the system and they try to introduce NJAC, National Judiciary Appointment Commission, but of course Supreme Court cancelled this. Supreme Court opinion that it was against the Constitution, so Supreme Court cancelled this. So first, this basic idea you have to understand. What is the meaning of Collegium and how many total number of judges present in the Supreme Court Collegium and High Court Collegium, and what Government of India tried to replace the Collegium system. So now we'll go to the topic. So how many judges names recommended by the Collegium? 9 names recommended by the Collegium. Apart from this Collegium, for the first time they recommended 3 women judges. 3 women judges. Normally they recommend either 1 woman or 2 women, but for the first time in a single file they recommended 3 women judges. What kind of message it is giving? It is giving a message in favor of representation of women in the higher judiciary. Okay, so you have to remember one thing. So far no woman has become the CJI of India. No woman has become the CJI of India so far. Collegium system, like I explained to you, Collegium system involves in the appointment of judges and transfer of judges. Even for the transfer of High Court judges, also Collegium system involved. That means transfer of judge from one High Court to another High Court. So Collegium system not established by Parliament Act or not established by the Constitution. So Collegium system not mentioned in the Constitution. You have to remember, Collegium system, the word Collegium was not mentioned in the Constitution, and Parliament also did not make any law to establish the Collegium. Then how the Collegium system came into effect? Okay, so Collegium system came into implementation by the judgments given by Supreme Court. So Supreme Court given various judgments. According to those judgments, this Collegium system came into existence. What are those judgments? We will look. So we will discuss evolution of the Collegium system. That means how this Collegium system came into existence. For better understanding of this, you have to remember, students, Collegium system evolved. That means came into application in 3 judgments. They are first judge case 1981 and second judge case 1993 and third judge case 1998. In this way, it evolved in 3 Supreme Court judgments. So now, we will look at what Supreme Court has told in the first judge's case. Supreme Court, in the first judge's case, it declared that CJI recommendation can be refused. That means, if CJI recommends any names for the Supreme Court judges, those names can be rejected by the government. That means, who got the more power here according to the first judgment? Executive have more power than the judiciary. According to the first judgment case. You know that, students, government will have 3 organs: executive, judiciary and legislative. Here, according to the first judge's case 1981, executive will more power than the judiciary in the appointment of the judges. This is the first condition. Then second case. What is the second case? It is second judge's case 1993. Now we will see what Supreme Court held in this second judge's case. In the second judge's case, Supreme Court introduced the Collegium system. So, in examination point of view, so if they ask you the question, in which year Collegium system started in India, your answer should be 1993. So, in the second judge's case, Supreme Court clearly mentioned that consulting the CJI, when you are asking the CJI, whatever the CJI opinion, it has to be respected. That means CJI decision should be implemented, and CJI should not give opinion himself. While recommending the judges, CJI should ask 2 senior most judges. That means here Collegium system was formed with how many judges? 3 judges. CJI plus 2 judges. This was the case of second judge's case. Now, third judge's case, 1998. In third judge's case, Supreme Court expanded the Collegium to how many members? To 5-membered body. In this 5-membered body, who will be present? CJI plus 4 senior most judges. Now we are following this system. So if someone will ask you, how many judges are there in Collegium? Now your answer should be 5 judges. CJI plus 4 senior most judges. In which year Collegium system started in India? Your answer should be 1993. Collegium system started in India. Okay. So the judgment came in the context of Article 143. The judgment came in the context of Article 143. You know that, students, Article 143 mentions that Supreme Court President can take the advice of Supreme Court, and the advice given by the Supreme Court is not binding on the President. As I mentioned, Collegium will consist of CJI plus 4 members, and the High Court Collegium, that means appointment of High Court judges. High Court Collegium consists of Chief Justice of the High Court and 4 senior most judges of the High Court. That means if you are working as a district judge, you want to be promoted as High Court judge, then how many people will select? Chief Justice of that High Court plus 4 senior most judges. Okay, this is the High Court Collegium. Supreme Court Collegium, regarding the appointment of Supreme Court judges, that is 1 plus 4. Okay. So once High Court Collegium select the names, it will send to the government only after the approval of CJI and the Supreme Court Collegium. Okay. So if someone want to give the promotion from district level to High Court, first that name will be selected by the High Court Collegium, then those names will be given to the Supreme Court Collegium. Once Supreme Court is accepted, then they will be appointed as, then those names will go to the government, then government will appoint them as High Court judges. So, what is the procedure for various positions, whether it may be the CJI or Supreme Court judge or High Court judge? What is the procedure? We will look at. First thing is, who appoints the CJI? President appoints the CJI. President appoints the CJI and other Supreme Court judges. These are appointed by the President. So, generally, CJI, once CJI is retired, whoever the next in seniority, that person will be appointed as CJI. That means, before CJI retires, he will suggest the name of the next CJI. This is how system works. So, the seniority in CJI, it was followed from 1970s. Of course, during the time of Indira Gandhi time, this practice was violated twice, though judges given judgments against Indira Gandhi. Apart from those 2 times, every time senior most Supreme Court judge appointed as CJI. Generally, before the new CJI will come, old CJI, while he leaving the office, he will recommend the name of the new CJI. Next, regarding the Supreme Court judges. Supreme Court judges, okay, Supreme Court judges, who can be appointed as Supreme Court judges? The procedure is, first, the process will be started by CJI. Then CJI will consult the Collegium members. How many Collegium members will be there? 4 members. So, CJI will consult Collegium as well as some senior most judges of the High Court, from which that High Court judge is coming. For example, one Andhra Pradesh High Court judge, he is supposed to be now appointed as Supreme Court judge. In this case, CJI plus his Collegium, they will consult Andhra Pradesh judges also about the performance of the judge or whatever it may be. If the judge is elevated to Supreme Court, how they can deal with their vacancy and all that kind of things. Then, once this is finalized, then Collegium will send the name to Law Minister. Then those names will be forwarded to the Prime Minister and finally to the President. So, we are discussing this news article. Collegium forwarded how many names to Law Minister? 9 names. 9 names forwarded to Law Minister. Out of these 9 names, how many names are women? How many are women? 3 are belong to women. So, this is about the appointment of Supreme Court judge. Then, how the High Court Chief Justice will be appointed. That means head of the judges in High Court. How he will be appointed. The Chief Justice of High Court generally outside of the state. That means, for example, in Telangana High Court, Chief Justice will be from other than Telangana. Same like in Andhra Pradesh High Court, generally Chief Justice will be from other than Andhra Pradesh. By that way, some kind of transparency we can ensure. That is the policy actually. So, the High Court judges are recommended by Supreme Court Collegium consisting of 3 members. That means CJI plus 2 Supreme Court judges. They will play important role in the appointment of High Court judges. Okay. So, the recommendations will be sent to the Chief Minister, and Chief Minister advises the Governor to send the proposal to the Union Law Minister. Okay. So, High Court judges are names. They are recommended by Collegium, consist of CJI plus 2 senior most judges, their names will be recommended to the Chief Minister, and then Chief Minister will advise the Governor. Governor will send the names to the Law Minister. So here you have to understand two things, students. When you are picking something from the lower level to the higher court, then you have 5 judges in the High Court who will select the judges. Whereas if some other judge of the High Court transfer and from other state to this state, when the High Court judges are appointed, in that case only Supreme Court Collegium consists of 3 members. So in exam, generally remember, High Court Collegium consists of 3 members in terms of appointment of High Court judges, whereas Supreme Court Collegium is 5 members. Okay, High Court Collegium is CJI plus 2, Supreme Court is CJI plus 4. You have to remember that. You know, students, Government of India try to reform, try to change the judges appointment process. Like I told you, NJAC, National Judiciary Appointments Commission, it was formed. So this kind of systems, like try to introduce, we will see. Government attempt to replace the collegium system, it was done through 99th Constitution Amendment Act 2004. Through this, they try to introduce NJC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. NJC was tried to introduce through 99th Constitution Amendment Act, but it was cancelled down in 2015. Why Supreme Court cancelled the NJAC? Supreme Court cancelled the NJAC because the NJAC will encourage government involvement in the Supreme Court judges. So in India, what is our constitution is saying? Our constitution is saying that judiciary must be independent. That means it should not be related to the government. But what Supreme Court believed that if NJAC is implemented, government interference will increase. That means executive influence over the judiciary will increase. That is against the basic structure of the Indian Constitution. So Supreme Court clearly strike down the NJAC. So what are the constitutional provisions? Which article deals with the appointment of Supreme Court judges and CJI? We will see. Article 242. Article 242 subclass 2 of the Indian Constitution. So it says that judges of the Supreme Court will be appointed by President after the consultation with Collegium, as well as High Court in the states. High Courts in the states, they are also appointed. Okay, judges in the High Courts of states also appointed by the Collegium. Then Article 217 of the Indian Constitution is stating that a particular judge of the High Court will be appointed by the President in consultation with CJI and the Governor of the state. Other than the CJI, then Chief Justice of that High Court also will be consulted. This is according to Article 217. Remember, students, High Court judges also appointed by the President, but High Court judges oath they will take at the state level only. For example, Chief Justice of Telangana High Court, even though he is appointed by the President, his oath will be taken by the Governor of Telangana only. That is a difference. And the removal process of High Court judge and Supreme Court judge, that is same. Okay, the way we remove the judges is same for both Supreme Court judges and High Court judges. The process requires special majority in both the houses. So before we go to the next news, first let us conclude this topic. We will revise once. So what we discussed in this topic, we are discussing that collegium system. It recommended how many names? 9 names. In that, how many female names are there? 3 female names are there. Collegium system is not mentioned in the constitution and it was not established by making a law in the parliament. Collegium system evolved by Supreme Court judgments. Then we discussed about how the collegium system evolved. Collegium system evolved in 3 judgments: first judge case, second judge case, third judge case. Now, if someone will ask you Supreme Court collegium strength, how much collegium means? 1 plus 4. 5 judges will be there. CJI plus 4 judges. Whereas in the appointment of High Court judges, it is the 3-membered collegium. CJI plus 2 other judges. Then we discussed about how the CJI will be appointed. Senior most judge of the Supreme Court will be appointed as CJI. While the present CJI is retiring, he will recommend the next CJI name. So what are the attempts to reform the judges appointment process? Government of India tried to bring NJAC through 99th Constitution Amendment Act. NJAC stands for National Judicial Appointment Commission. But of course, Supreme Court cancelled it. Supreme Court cancelled it. And we also discussed about related articles of collegium system or appointment of the judges. They are Article 124, Subclass 2 and Article 217. So this is about the first news article.